You sound your own? Yeah, you need that time. You need that.
This nigga.
You definitely need that.
We went to
Hot mics.
We've been hanging up posters in every apartment. Everywhere. Any apartment that you can think of out here.
Motherfucker hit me.
That's how you got to do
Like,
it.
yo, cuz, I walked out my crib, I see the sign. He's like, yo, that's his shit.
Yeah.
He said, I said,
Yeah.
When I say any apartment that you can think of in Newark, we can have a building, man. Every joint.
Studio 7.
Every
Right, that's all right.
Foot soldier, my man.
Right.
That's
what's up.
Let's get it.
Right.
I don't even got a case on.
I played that game for a little bit.
Better give me a case.
Man, it takes a lot of confidence to do that. I did it for a while. It seemed like once I put the screen on, I started dropping it. I didn't take the screen off.
Right. Oh man, I got another piece of this John. Wake up show. Yeah.
Welcome. It is Tuesday night. You're not rocking with the best. You could be anywhere in the world, but you rocking with us, and we truly appreciate that. It's your boys. It's the Fire Nights Experience, a black culture journey. This is a black culture journey.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry. It's my bad. I'm sorry. Sorry.
This is the Fire Nights Experience, man. Black culture journey. Sports, entertainment, current events. If it's out there, we talk about it from the popular to the obscure. We back whole again. It's your boy Coach P, surrounded by the greatest. To my left, we got my baby, Fresh Fire. What's good with you, Fresh?
Hello. How are ya?
You got me, Matt. E-way all day, yeah? Let's get it.
This is bad. I used to
Hey.
It's a glorious Tuesday night, man. We're rocking live from not Area 51 anymore. We're still Area 51. Allow me to reintroduce themselves. The newly crowned Studio 7, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Place to be for all your podcasting, all your photography, recording, anything media, filmography, everything, man. Hit these bulls up, man. Studio 7, man. Studio 7. Live. It is now open for business, man.
Yes.
And you know this, man. You know this. Iceman, man, you got any words to say, man, about the endeavor, man?
Man, just come on out, man. Come check it out. Come check it out, man. Instagram, Studio 7, at Studio 7, at 7 Studio. Phone number 302-740-2666. 302-740-2666.
That part.
That part. So listen, before we go any further, man, with sadness, we want to give condolences, man, to the family and friends, man, to the concert crew, man, and the Bull Teds, man. I had the pleasure of meeting the Bull, for the first time, man, when I did the podcast with them guys, and good dude, man. I had a ball, man. So with sadness, man, we wish our condolences, man, to his family and friends, man, and the concert crew for his passing, man. Moment of silence for that, man. Homie, man, your family at this point, man. So real shit with that. Also want to plug something, man. It's an event coming up, man. Sister Girl Boutique presents Best Kept Soul at Artscape. Sunday, July 17th, man. A Sunday is sold. If you want some entertainment, a little shopping, the venue is $20 for preferred seating, $10 for entry fee to shop, and still to hear the music if you want, man. Best Kept Soul is a huge deal around here, man. I personally have seen them. They get busy, man. It's a hell of a time, man. It's a hell of an entertainment extravaganza with them guys, man. That's an incredible band right there. So definitely check them out, man. Lots of different experiences there, man. Check out Eventbrite or go to Sister Girl Boutique. Through all your social media outlets, man. The tickets are still available. We're 2 weeks out from it. So check it out, man. It's a good time, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. The doors open at 2 p.m. It is a vendor's event as well. There will be food as well. You have a food vendor there. It's going to be a good time, man. So, you guys, if you got your ladies, man, take your lady there. If nothing else, man, your lady can get up, man, go shopping. Yada, yada, yada. It's going to be jeweling vendors. It's going to be food vendors. It's going to be sweets. It's going to be clothing. A lot of stuff there, man. A lot of things there. So check that thing out, man. Go to Eventbrite. Once again, it is at Artscape 205 North Market Street, Wilmington, Delaware. You can also get tickets at Boots and Bonnets in Chester, PA. Once again, $20 seating, $10 admission. July 17th, Sunday. We can make that happen, bro. We can make that happen. Check that out, man.
I think we know somebody that knows somebody.
You know somebody that knows somebody. Check that out, man. Absolutely. Check that out. It's going to be a great event, man. Great event.
Shout out to Kid here when we check in.
Bro.
Shut up.
What's good with you, bro?
Shout out.
Until we start, man, you know what I'm saying?
Until we start,
until my man over there, you know what I mean? We got the fresh on fire signal to kick us off. Like, what's happening, bro? You good?
Man, well, you know me,
So you mind,
we just had, some holiday, a holiday just passed, and there were people getting together and eating and playing cards and playing music, and there was a popular theme going around, because I've been to a couple, I was fortunate enough to go to a couple barbecues this weekend, but there's a popular theme going around where I think some of the younger generation looks at eating hot dogs or hot sausages or what they call glizzies as some type of homosexual shit. But what got me on motherfucking fire is, I said, yo, the same people who say eating glizzies, a hot dog or a hot sausage, it's the same motherfuckers walking around with tight ass nut huggers. So how the fuck can I take your motherfucking opinion, your motherfucking point of view, your motherfucking mentality on, oh, you look gay eating a motherfucking food we've been eating since before you was born.
An American classic.
An American a staple. A staple. You say, oh, as the good homie say, Henry Ross said, they call me a glizzy gladiator. Like, nah, I'm not a glizzy gladiator, man. Fuck you and whatever you talk about me eating a hot sausage or a hot dog. I don't give a fuck you put me on TikTok, YouTube, any of that shit. I'm eating food how the fuck I'm supposed to be eating. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I'm too old to care about what you're saying about me eating the motherfucking hot dog or a hot sausage. I don't give a fuck. If you don't give a fuck about me talking about your tight ass pants,
Kelly Tyson, what up, Kel?
Who went to barbecues? Who was at barbecues?
I didn't go to.
I went to a couple this weekend. I went to a couple.
Nah.
That's a straight up question.
I'm listening.
Alright. Just going back to what we talked about previously in one of the episodes. Who was at a barbecue? Did they have music?
Yeah.
Did you hear Frankie Beverly or Beyonce?
Oh, the Knicks.
Well, tell you the truth, one of the barbecues I went to, they played all jazz. I can't make this shit up. I was like,
Oh, you should have stayed at that morning.
nah, I wasn't by the speaker. Nah, it was all love and everything, but it was an older crowd, so it was like soft jazz, Herbie Hancock. All right, cool, no problem. So I don't think I heard Beyonce or Frankie Beverly. But at the other barbecue, Frankie came first.
You probably got bratwurst and everything.
Yeah,
bratwurst.
Yeah, Frankie came first. I don't know if I'm not sure if we heard the Beyonce version, but I know Frankie was played prominently.
Bratwurst and Bud Light.
I don't hear the I haven't really heard that Beyonce version anywhere. I just hear the Frankie amazing Frankie Beverly version. I mean, I've heard it, but not in like cookouts and shit.
At the same time, when they played either one of them, they mixed them.
Somebody mixed it. Okay.
Yeah, they played them at the same time. Ain't nobody want to get that solo love. Not no more.
Yeah, Beyonce pushed her way in on a lot of fronts, but I could definitely tell you that the DJ at the first barbecue I went to, I'm pretty sure Beyonce's version of Just Go Almost. It wasn't even Frankie Beverly. It was Franklin Ajayi, someone like that. With his, it was something different. Now,
The Bunderslagen Beer Fest.
it was a lot of saxophone. It was a lot of saxophone. Yeah, it was a lot of saxophone and clarinet.
Stay there. I can't. It don't work like that. It don't work like that.
Yo, man, did it, right? Like every other weekend, it seemed like, there's always the white guy who likes to shoot up shit.
Insert name here.
Little dumbass white guy who, listen, man. So in Illinois, damn, I can't think of the name of the place, man. But it's a
Highland
Park. It's a pretty affluent town outside of Chicago. They had a parade, and homie dude dressed like a girl, they said, just like a woman, got up on the roof and just started bang, with the AR. They said he let off over 90 shots. I believe yesterday, 5 people passed? I believe it's 6 now.
Yeah.
I think today somebody else passed.
6 dead.
A lot injured. I don't know, man. go to the parade, you can't go, you know, all this other places. And it kind of took me to a place like, you know, I feel like now America is starting to feel like a lot of us people from the hood have felt like all our lives, because I think we all been aware that, you know, for as long as we probably can remember.
We've been in the crosshairs our whole life.
And that's exactly my point. Like, we've been aware since day one that you can be anywhere and you can catch a straight bullet to the noodle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's unfortunate, you know, that the world has to, or I guess America now, is feeling this as a whole. And, you know, it's unfortunate that, first of all, it's unfortunate they didn't kill this motherfucker. Let me just say that.
You said unfortunate?
Yes. That wasn't.
It's definitely typical.
Right.
I wasn't surprised when I was driving in the car and something came on and like, yeah, his name is such and such, and I heard his name, I was like, yeah, they're gonna bring it alive. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of it's expected.
There's some shit with that though. There's some about this guy though.
Speak on that,
Shit
Coach.
with this guy,
Speak on that, Pete.
So, whenever these things happen, right, you always got to ask yourself, like, damn, was it signs?
Could we have avoided this?
Could we have avoided this? That's the obvious question. Because of course, suburbia will say, and I've actually seen this, and I've seen this, I've heard this said, where it's like, well, for there to be more gun reform. Because of it, I mean, for decades it's been happening where we live at and nobody gives a fuck.
They don't give a fuck, man. Even where they live at.
Well, the ratio, I'm gonna say right now they don't, because the ratio is very lopsided. You know what I mean?
You're just lifted, they banging on weapons, and they all this shooting.
Yeah, the governor did. The mayor of New York City said, "Man, these laws are not rooted in reality."
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All this shooting.
The Supreme Court, the Supreme Court overturned that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So now I was mad at correction because he said the mayor, the Supreme Court.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The mayor felt some type of way. I live in New York City, where there's a whole bunch of gun violence. The rules and the mentality that you have.
The highest court in the world is letting us carry guns while they fighting to take guns.
Right.
That don't make no sense.
So check this out though. Robert Cremo III has a different persona.
He a rapper too.
He's a rapper.
Word.
That shit, I was like, what? Yeah,
He's a rapper. Dog. Actually, he is Woke the Rapper. That's his name. With a history of very, very, I'm going to say, person of interest posts.
Oh, wait, what?
I also have a question to ask. Keep going.
He has, now, mind you, according to do the research and the reports, he hadn't posted in, I think, over depicts him doing something of some of his nature. He foretold what he was going to do, or he foretold that he was capable of something like this. How do we identify these? Like when you like, is there like, should we? It's crazy because I'm looking at shit like, and in my head, of course, what pops in is motherfucking the nerd in me, Captain America, motherfucking Winter Soldier, when they had the algorithm to determine who was a threat, who was not a threat.
Like Minority Report.
Yeah, Minority, that kind of shit. So when you see this kind of shit, should it be actionable on this type of shit? Like, is that too far, or like, is hindsight 2020? Like, damn, you should have.
What type of action could you take though for someone to?
I don't know. I'm just proposing the question.
I think that's too general because then it's like, what don't you take action on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you can just take action on like everything.
Well,
I think that's overreaching.
true.
So can we start with let's say this? Can we start with when you see something like that? Could we say that this is a person of interest?
Yes, yes.
Or does because he's an artist, does that blur the lines in terms of life and like his creative? Are we?
You can say a person of interest, but how far can you take that?
That's what I'm asking.
I'm just
asking.
saying person of interest, but then what?
Well,
But listen, saying a person of
Just
interest.
following, like you said, okay, we can follow you. If we want to go to that extreme, we can follow you. But like we said, he shut shit down for 9 months. He was quiet so he ain't do that for 9 months. So you know what I mean? We follow for now. We take the tail off you. If we happen to put a tail on you, then you go shoot some shit up.
right.
You can't.
Okay. So you said what we couldn't do. What's the bare minimum that you can do? Because of course we know it's not much you can do, but what's the bare minimum what you? Let's think outside the box.
You can't do nothing.
Well,
Can this person? All right. So let me ask you. Okay. So can just like we have a sex offender registry, right? You have a person.
But that's after you've already been convicted.
Right, but if you violate certain criteria, certain guidelines, can that be a possibility where not like a like you personally have to register, but hey, let's make it known, yo, this motherfucker is,
Okay.
I'm just
Like
saying,
I
like
said, those things does nothing of the sort. A sex offender being on a register will not stop him from
you're right.
offending
But can I counter that though? Can I counter that? But what? Right, and the knowledge is you know because now he's no longer the bald head guy at the end of the street. Oh, he's the bald head guy that's a sex offender. So that there's a heightened awareness. There's a heightened awareness.
Me personally, and I can't speak for you three. I never looked up everyone in my neighborhood for on a sex offenders list.
That's not to say everybody won't though.
Well, I get notifications. And
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get notification. We get that and all.
Would it hurt though? Would it
There's
hurt?
still some people around that's not on that. You know what I'm saying? That because there's people in my neighborhood.
On the internet or whatever, there's 1,000 weird guys who might have been suspect shit that didn't do a shooting. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's possible to you can't follow everybody.
Yeah, you can't
and it's
put
also
all
not
of
possible
it.
to figure out which one's going to do what when they all doing the same bullshit behavior.
But is there? I think at this point now, just like you have profilers, right? You got profilers who profile serial killers, right? To a degree, when we say that the majority of them would fit a certain type and a certain methodology
Yes.
and a certain,
yes.
So is it awareness?
I mean, they fit the description of half of America, like half the white guys in America.
But wouldn't it help you to know that across the street, right? Instead of you thinking that's just Jeremy, you know that that's Jeremy that has on social media posted hate messages and said that, hey man, fucking man, I want to, one of these days, man, I think that guy's justified in doing what he did. You wouldn't feel any more comfort in knowing that?
I don't know if that's realistic though.
Would you feel any more comfort in knowing that the guy
Yes.
across the street has, exhibited this type of behavior?
Yes.
I wouldn't feel no type of way because if Jeremy wants to come outside and still shoot everyone, and everyone who knows that he's Jeremy the guy, is nothing that we can do.
Actually, it is.
It is things you can do.
No, but you don't know when he's going to react. That's what I'm saying. So that now you're living out of your life, because every time you walk.
Bro, that's kind of a general statement, though. You can't say nobody. I mean, that's the reason. Somebody, the reason that they're in the registry is that somebody benefits from it, right? Somebody's aware.
Let me put it to you like this.
All of
us at this table know it's sex offenders around. Get calls, know it's that. We have no problem letting our child go wherever.
That's not true. That's not true.
It is, because once we're not around, anything could happen with the sex offender. They could be alert. They're not going to be alert as us. Anything could happen, just like a shooter. When they go into the mall, when you drop your daughter or your son off at the mall, they don't know what we know about Jeremy. They're not looking around for Jeremy the shooter.
Why wouldn't you have that conversation with your kids, though?
But you're not looking around. So now your kids walking around looking for Jeremy the shooter?
Nah.
That's what I'm saying there now.
But we are skeptical of this house right here that we know.
No, but I don't care about the house. If he wants to do a shooting, he'll have to be in the neighborhood.
We're talking about two totally different things, though. We're talking about two totally different things.
Y'all talking about notifying a person that's a shooter. Okay, we know just like we know it's a sex offender.
Right.
We know it's a shooter that lives across the street from me. Right. But when he goes to that mall that I might have to drop my daughter off, I know he's a shooter, but that doesn't help. That doesn't help us 100 people in the mall.
It might help my that know that that's crazy ass Jeremy. It's just awareness. I'm just saying. It's just awareness. With him. If you didn't know he was the crazy motherfucker, you'd have probably kept fucking with him. But because he was the crazy motherfucker, you stopped fucking with him.
But you still don't know when that crazy motherfucker.
You don't. You don't know that. But
right. But I do know you're crazy.
You do steer clear of it for the most part. And it's just an awareness. It's like if you know a nigga walking around, you know he carry that hammer. For the most part, when you around, dude, what are you more likely to do? You're more likely not to be around, dude. You're gonna sit around there. That's not. I'm not gonna say everybody, but it does say maybe somebody or some people.
And to speak to your point, when you go for a gun license, they post it publicly in the newspaper. It's for awareness. This person is applying for a gun.
That's when you go that's when you go for a concealed.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm saying just for awareness. Like, yo, this person is gone. Do you? It's for awareness, but it's also for, do you think this person, if you know something about this person.
It's not for that.
It's not.
It is for that.
So you can't, so if I go for my concealed permit, and they put my shit in the paper, you think you can call and say, nah, don't get that nigga shit.
Nah, if you come with a pointy and it's like, no, I've seen him many a times mishandle, they might take that into consideration.
Yeah, okay, what you possibly can do though. Here's the other side of that. So you live in his neighborhood, right? You know that this motherfucker, right? You live in his neighborhood, right? And that pops up, right? Now, you know that this motherfucker got a history of that type stuff.
He's killed cats, dogs,
certain like characteristics.
That little motherfucker crazy.
Certain characteristics. Now, is it possible to say that now you could rile up the rest of the
like that, but we've definitely seen some disturbing things like him killing animals and stuff like that. Those are the type of things that don't get reported, but should get reported and do get reported when people apply for such things as firearms. It's community awareness. Like,
I'm just saying,
when it's out there.
I know it's very little we could do, but let's think outside. Is there
What
any?
I'm saying is, straight up, Germany across the street. Would you tell your kids they can't go outside and play?
Nah, but I say stay clear of him and his house
Oh,
and all this shit.
because he can put the gun on, he can just come walk straight to the door and start firing and hit every little kid out there.
So you just proposed.
But we can also move our residents like some people do with. Hold on now.
I disagree.
Just like some people do with sex offender registry, when that pops up, they say, "Oh, we have to move." Or some people say, "No, we don't want that sex offender in our neighborhood." Those things are fair as well. Like, no, we don't want
And
that.
that shit don't always work. You think that shit
But it do work. But it do work sometimes. You said
It don't work sometimes. And
It do
sometimes
work.
It don't work.
It do
So
work.
now all the time it don't work.
It worked to the point. It worked to the point where they said
it don't work.
it worked.
No, it doesn't work.
It worked to the point.
It didn't prevent anything.
Right, but it works to the point.
Measures, right?
It works to the point where they say, "You know what? This is helpful and not hurtful."
We just talking about preventative measures.
Yeah,
Nobody can
preventative
stop-
measures.
That's not going to stop Jeremy from coming outside and shooting everybody.
But this is one more barricade until we find some other ones.
I'm not saying you're wrong, bro.
Until we find others.
But can you have some kind of preventative measures, or is it just we can't do nothing?
Yeah, well, fuck it. He got a gun. Fuck it. He said he gonna kill people. Fuck it.
You don't want to know nothing? Like, I mean, it got to be something, man. Like to say we can't do nothing and just turn the page. Well, it can't be that.
I feel that if motherfucker gets saved, but I don't think, like I said, man, shooters, if a motherfucker make this talking that.
And nigga might make his mind up a year ago that he gonna kill everybody.
About
Like he did 9 months ago.
Like nothing's gonna stop me
Right.
from killing. You know my name on the registry, so my name on the registry. I can't get a gun. I'm gonna go get a legal gun.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. It's so my name on the registry. Everybody know I live here.
But I'll tell you
when I
something.
go kill somebody.
But
Okay. I didn't kill 10 people. I killed 1 because the 10th person stayed clear. I understand that. I feel that all the way.
You gotta look at it.
I feel that all the way.
Look at it like this.
I feel that.
Look at it like this.
But 9
So,
people.
so,
Right, yeah.
Nah, listen, check this out. So somebody did a felony, right? At least in the state of Delaware, if somebody did a felony, they're not supposed to have possession of a gun legally, right?
That's not true. Because I'm just seeing people get their records expunged.
Okay. Okay.
When you get your burger display, you have no felony. No
Right.
more.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I guess.
So if in the state of Delaware, if you have a felony and your record's not expunged, you're not legally able to carry a firearm.
And I think that's bullshit.
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Every one of us in here knows a person with a felony who carries a motherfucking gun. Hey, he got a felony, he can't get a gun. But he's still gonna get a gun.
That's what I'm trying to
And he's
say.
still gonna kill
That's
him.
what
Ain't
I'm
nothing
saying.
to do.
That part I totally agree with. That part I totally agree with.
100% agree with you. If a motherfucker want to kill somebody, they're gonna find a way, whether it be by gun, by knife, or whatever. That's not what that's
I
not
feel
my
what you're
question.
saying. Instead of
My
killing
question-
31,
My question is
I feel you.
because if we how
Let's cut back on the casualties.
it gotta be something. It gotta go from 30 to it gotta go from 30.
Let me say this.
I feel you.
Let me say this. Would you
But it's
like put it like this?
this.
With the you say without awareness he's killed 30 people, 50 people, wounds 100. With awareness he kills 10, but an 11th person say, "Hey, this guy look, I saw him on the registry. You know what I'm saying? So those are the type of things. You can't stop everything, but with no preventative things in place. Yeah, so that's why I was like, that's why I said, at least give me that. At least give me that. At least give me that. Yeah, at least give me that.
It ain't a matter you killed 20 instead of 30. I get that. But what I'm saying is, that shit, just like you said, it's this motherfucker that might just be venting one day.
Yeah.
This motherfucker. They gonna get on the mercy for nothing.
You can't listen. If I want to kill somebody, I'm gonna kill you, whether it be with a bat.
But what about the niggas who don't mean it? That's just venting. That's the words they use.
Well, we were specifically talking about individuals who was exhibited at this point in 2022 carrying.
Yeah, we ain't talking
It's documented, and they're taking steps to carry this out. There's a profile for them type of guys.
Right.
I'm not talking about Bobby that snaps.
And then again, not to cut you off, not to cut you off, but I ain't no psychotherapist or nothing.
You know?
But shit like that seems to me that would like entice a motherfucker to shoot some shit up. If I'm thinking about shooting some shit up, and then y'all put me on the registry, and everywhere I go, motherfuckers looking at me crazy, man, next time I come here, I'm shooting all them motherfuckers.
Okay. Well, at least we know that.
At least you know that.
At least you know
And
that.
that's the thing, like just about everybody else. But that's not normal to think I want to shoot everybody up. It's not normal.
You don't know what I'm thinking. What you mean it's not normal? You don't know I just thought that.
You just said if you saying some shit to get on the registry, somebody knows what you
Say I said it.
But hold on.
But I'm just saying, motherfuckers looking at me.
If you on the registry, that's the only way people know you can look at you, right? Yeah. If you're on the registry.
I'm sure a multiple rapist, whether you're on the registry or not, still wants to rape something.
Yeah. But it's like
It's whether motherfuckers know around you to educate their daughters and like, hey, look, man, I'm not letting my daughter walk down the street because this nigga's on the corner now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man, if a motherfucker decide he wants to kill 30 people, man, listen, by all means, I mean, the reality is anybody can snap at any moment. But what I'm saying is, at this point, we got to start thinking of more
preventative measures,
or at least there's got to, just like, okay, all right, that's just like you get Amber Alerts, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, some motherfuckers will look at the Amber Alert and be like, get this shit off my phone. But if somebody
live in Ohio,
somebody that gets that Amber Alert probably looking like a be normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a pattern. And it's enough data to support that. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying.
I had a question to ask the fellas because good brother Iceman brought up that brother B Matt brought up that he was a rapper. So what came to my mind was, it made me think about Young Thug and Gunner. I said,
if you can arrest a motherfucker for his lyrics, why can't you arrest a motherfucker for that shit?
Because you didn't arrest him for his lyrics, bro.
What I'm saying, but what I'm saying is, if you can arrest Young Thug and Gunner for their lyrics, and they
stop right there. What did they arrest him for?
They arrested him for gang activity.
And what did they use to support that?
That's not
right. But the reason they arrested them was because they have record of what they did.
Yeah.
So let's stay corrected.
Many years of what they did.
Let's use that point.
Two separate things.
So with that being said, okay. So if in fact you exhibit a certain behavior, right? Mm-hmm. Could it be prudent to say, if we decide to look into this person of interest, and now not only do you have that history of typical behavior of someone that fits this characteristic. Now we go into the house and you got an assault rifle in the house.
But it's not a but what. All right, it's two different things, man. We can. It's opposite.
To you, what's the two different things? What's the two different? Because I want to make sure you're talking about the same thing. I don't want
because we talk. You're saying exhibited behavior. Mm-hmm. Exhibited behavior is very general. That can
right.
be anything.
Absolutely.
What I'm saying about Gunna and them is they did that shit. They have these niggas on record doing that shit. That shit being whatever. That's opposite oranges to me.
I should be looking up bombs.
Hey man, listen. I'm sure there's millions
that point is fair.
And have never bombed anything.
That part is fair. That part is fair. That part is fair.
Can I pose this question? So if you're looking up bombs, and also you're looking up assault rifles, and you've also posted, well, you know, I got dreams of doing X, Y, Z. Is that not like pieces to a puzzle, or is just they're all separate?
It could be pieces to a puzzle, but again, as I stated earlier, for every one guy who looks up those things and shoots up a school, there are 1,000 guys who looks up those things and does absolutely nothing.
But what I am saying is there are a bunch of people on the internet who showed their guns and showed their drugs and all that kind of stuff, and before they did something in the street, they got locked up for what they did on the internet. He's rapped about things on the internet, saying like these guys, you know, Gunner and Young Thug, and it's like, damn.
You're missing the point about, we gotta listen, bro. Gunner and Young Thug. They didn't arrest them because of a video, because it had guns. He's completely missing the point though, because he's saying the same shit. They can't arrest this guy because the niggas who want.
I'm not saying arrest.
No, I'm speaking specific about what this guy's talking about. Niggas who want videos with guns and weed, you get locked up showing videos with guns and weed. You would get locked up because of what Gunner and them allegedly rapped about. No, you get locked up because you aired your video on fucking YouTube or Instagram. Everybody had guns and weed, and y'all showed the street signs and cop pulled up. Like, come on, man, that's two different things, bro. We're talking about completely different things, dude.
All right. Well.
I'm just trying to figure out what can we do.
Can you red flag 10,000? Can you red flag 10,000 people?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Yes, it is a red flag.
It's not. I'm by no means saying it's an easy process.
True.
I'm not saying, but you got to start somewhere, because just like, okay, think about it like this. Just like I said, you got profilers that profile serial killers, right? I can imagine the numbers that they go through of people that turned out not to be serial killers, right? But there is a profile. There is a pattern for these motherfuckers. Like, should not, like, maybe this is happening behind closed doors and I don't know about it. But I just think that the same rules should apply. The same thing should apply. So there has to be.
But you got to kill somebody to have a pattern, though.
No, I don't think you have to kill somebody. I think you have to exhibit the behavior that leads to that. And at this point, the characteristics and the behavior seem to be the same with all of these guys. They all leave a trail. It's all like a trail of what they leave leading up to this. There has to be similarities. There are similarities in their characteristics.
I agree with that.
What do you do to centralize all that? I don't know. But I'm saying, like, at this point, because like you said at the beginning, it seems like it's every week now. It's every week. It's every week with this shit.
But then again, if you look at the situation, some of them, like they said, be on the radar, but they do these shootings at places where it's just like, you gotta go.
Okay.
School, a parade.
But see, you're talking about
in situations where it's like,
defenseless almost, and unprepared.
Yeah.
You're never going to be prepared to know when it's right.
I'm gonna go to a school. I'm not just random people. Yeah, the random people out in the streets might know. Yeah, even the school might be alert. But once I get in here, it's a done deal. It's all ball.
Well,
It's-
because what you just said was,
Nah, 'cause
it keeps happening at certain schools in certain areas, right? A certain profile, right?
I don't know if there's certain schools in certain areas. I mean, there's a
Okay.
lot of schools. You know what I'm saying? To
So-
be able to say, all right, this school looks like a school that he would. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't know that you can like get that deep into it.
I can say that from what I've known, and I could be wrong. They seem to happen in like these rural schools, these let's say.
It's a lot of rural schools. You're right. There's a lot of rural schools.
So let me ask you. So just like in inner city schools, right? You go all in Chicago and New York, they got metal detectors.
Yeah.
What's the criteria that those schools should put in for preventative measures for something like this? Because that's where you don't see this happening. This doesn't happen in the Bronx where a live shooter goes in there.
Nah, because we talked about that. We talked about that last week. Because if I got a problem with somebody
I'm not gonna handle it
in the Bronx, in Wilmington, Delaware, I'm not shooting the school up.
Right. So
I'm
that
gonna
doesn't,
shoot
so where
you
does it normally happen then?
personally.
white neighborhoods.
Okay.
That's
So what I'm
part of-
saying
that's part of
is,
the
in
profile.
black neighborhoods,
That's
in black neighborhoods, there is some preventative measure. Is it 100% effective? No, it's not. But it's something. It's something. It's something.
But bro, I don't think it has. If I was like that, nigga, I'm shooting that nigga.
Right.
I'm not shooting the school.
You're not going into school,
And
right?
shooting everybody.
Because of what? There's
No,
there's
that's what I'm working. No, it wouldn't be deterrent. Because if my intentions was to go shoot 6 people, the alarms wouldn't do nothing. I would go in, I would walk past the alarms and shoot 6 people. They wouldn't do nothing. Yeah, they would alert people. Nah, they would alert people to see what's going on. That's all. They would bring them to me. Why the alarms going off? Bop, 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 bop. I got my 6.
That may not necessarily be true either.
Alright.
Okay, well, can we agree that we black people, we just don't shoot up school?
We just don't shoot up.
So
So
yeah.
it's not a deterrent.
No school that we ever went to had a metal detector, and I've seen niggas bring hammers to school.
Not to shoot up the school, because niggas is assholes, they would show everybody got a hammer. We just don't shoot up schools.
Right, we don't.
That's not what we do.
And we don't shoot up schools. What I'm trying to get at is, it's happening.
This lock up every white person, bro.
I'm cool with that.
That's like even in Texas, they have Listen, even in Texas, they had the measures. But guess what he did? Pop the cop outside.
Right.
He popped the cop outside and walked right into school.
Listen,
So,
if they over police the doctors like the over police does, it wouldn't be happening. Over police them motherfuckers. So over police them. Over police.
That's a suggestion.
Yeah, and we said, can we just start?
he got a whole satchel full of ARs.
We already saw it.
Oh, they ain't even want to go inside. The cops was like, I'm cool.
You know, and they was cowards too. Can I say that on the record, man? Them motherfucking cops and law enforcement agency, whatever, they was cowards out there.
You agree, go to the next.
Go ahead.
Go to the next, Joel.
They was cowards in Uvalde.
We out, man. We out.
I can't say they all was carrying.
Nah, I said all in Uvalde.
So check this out, right? Jalen Walker, man. Jalen Walker is a kid, and I say kid because he's 20 or 25. I'm a little lot older than 25.
A little lot. Bro said a little lot.
Jalen Walker was a kid from Akron, or as they say, into deep. That's my thing. I think what's up we doing at Akron? Some porn and shit.
God.
So, God. So listen, there was some kind of police chase. Allegedly, the boy Jalen Walker dumped off a shot or two with the cops, right? Skirt, hit the car and ran out the car. They dumped on him. They shot over 90 shots at this kid, right?
Why?
They handcuffed him, bro.
Why?
When the ambulance got there,
Anglo-Saxon,
boy was face
bro.
down, handcuffed. So you shoot me 60 times. And I don't know if y'all watched the video, but I watched that type shit, and I watched it a few times, and I swear it's like, yeah, I like that type of shit. I mean, it's not, I don't like, you know what I'm saying, brothers get killed, but you know what I'm saying, I like violent type shit. So, it sounded like fireworks. I mean, just, it's like every cop out there.
It sound like 4th of July.
What?
That's the biggest
Every
problem I
cop
have.
out this motherfucker, empty their clip at least once.
That's the biggest problem I have.
Bro, 100 shots? Bro, he got shot 60 times. If it's 60 cops, which we know it wasn't, if it's 60 cops, each cop shot at once. It wasn't 60 cops.
This
He
is
got off on his young
This is
man.
the scariest part, though.
Guess what he was doing though? He was running away.
Yeah.
This is the
He
scary
was
part.
going that way.
This is the scary part. Okay. This is the scary part. Right? Now, I know you follow this kind of shit, and I know you know. What's the typical officer issue weapon?
Now, right now, today it's a Glock 9,
Okay.
45 or actually a 45 or 9 or 40.
Now,
Glock 40.
That's bullets.
so we all know that's not a weak gun.
No, that ain't no bullshit.
That's not some bullshit,
Ain't
right?
22.
Okay.
No.
Ain't no pat.
Now,
Nope.
okay, so let's visualize. Close your eyes and visualize this. A man running, right?
I don't trust you. I can't close my
A man running away, man. A man running away, right? A man running away. Now the one officer says he slowed and made a motion as if he was reaching for a firearm to turn around.
That's what they say.
Now, hold on. Even with that being said, let's imagine this. There was at least 5 cops chasing, at the least. On the man, right? With the weapon he's got in his hand, how many shots really is it going to take to drop this man?
He dropped after one.
Okay, so if he drops after one, right? Let's think about this. If he dropped after one, right? Where the fuck are the 59 shots come from? Like,
They hit him. There was another what?
and I just want somebody to tell me if he dropped after the first shot, because of course you're running, right? You don't know the shot coming, so bang, you get hit with some powerful shit, bang, you down. You don't know it's coming. You can't, like, this ain't the movies where you going out like Scarface and shit, you coked up and all that. This is real life. You f***ing from the officer, he bang you, a trained officer, bang you, most likely in the back.
If you're running, absolutely.
Yeah.
Where all your vital organs are, right? So you're
Not far.
going down for the most part, right? That's why a lot of you attempted murder. If you shoot somebody in the back, 9 times out of 10, they call that attempted murder for the most part. Because all your vital orders in the back, and they use that as part of the prosecution. Mm-hmm. So when you fall, what the fuck what are the other officers shooting at? If a nigga fall, right?
Let me tell you, let me ask you a question real quick. You said what other cops shooting at? A nigger.
But it's a nigger that okay.
Shooting at a nigger.
So get that nigger. So hold on. So wait a minute. So let's say I'm gonna give these dickheads the benefit of the doubt. Let's say this motherfucker was Michael.
And here's the thing with that, you know, they sort of kind of think they can justify it in real time by saying really have a law where they're supposed because they don't want to hurt anybody, especially hurt anybody that's not, you know, supposed to be hurt, because they figure, we'll catch that villain another day. We'll probably just catch him a little bit later without any casualties and things like that. Mm-hmm. With over 90 plus, almost 100 shots, let's call it even beam, that's definitely overkill, and I'm pretty sure the man was dead when more than half of those bullets was dispensed. So the only reason why they even think they had a leg to stand on, they say, well, he shot at us first, so we got an NPR clip. When the whole time you should have been shooting at a man or a woman running away anyway. We'll just catch you tomorrow or a little bit later on. But here we are again with a shooting. Sad.
For some context, and I like to get all the bad shit out the way that they would possibly say about, you know, the young man. So apparently during this particular situation, he slowed the vehicle down.
You need to riot, nigga.
They did. In fact, they did.
Everywhere.
They did.
He got slaughtered in the streets.
So he stopped his vehicle. And he exited the vehicle on the driver's side, right? He exited the vehicle on the driver's side. The officers, you know, told him to, you know, hands up, yada, yada, yada. He gets back into the car, pulls the car off slowly, and then proceeds to exit the passenger side. That's when the chase ensued.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now, this man.
He's a nigga.
I mean, we know that. That's all he did. Is that really?
He was a black person.
He's a nigger.
Was it black cops chasing him?
He was a black person. Right. It wasn't even.
In Akron,
He's a black person who was deemed from a low income area, which they usually name niggas. You know what I'm saying? He's a nigga.
Now, Mr. Walker did have a clean record. Now, pistol.
Not as if that matters.
Well, they don't know that. Well, technically, hold on, because this was a traffic stop.
Okay.
This was a traffic stop. Mr. Walker had a clean record.
It still doesn't matter though. Your record says you got 18 burglaries. It shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't matter.
That's what I'm saying.
That don't matter.
It shouldn't make you get.
burglar nothing this time.
Even if you were, It shouldn't cause you to execute.
Right.
That's my point.
Look,
I just want to get all of the negative shit that
right.
they say about him.
We should be able to catch you. If not today, we'll catch you a little
Because
bit later.
hold on. Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker, though. Here's the most frustrating thing. We literally 20 minutes ago just talked about a man who shot 6 people off a roof, and he was taken into custody without incident.
Let the record reflect.
So, like you said, in relation to
What's the difference?
Gunna and them, this was something that he did that they should have gunned this man down for. However, this man literally did not do anything but fireworks.
Nah, they didn't kill him. Didn't kill him. Didn't kill him.
They beat him up and locked him up alive. They beat him up.
Hey, man.
But guess what he wasn't though? Say it with me. Say it with me. He wasn't a
Color.
nigger.
Color.
Yeah.
You want the color?
Thanks for coming with us. Thanks for playing along tonight, Coach.
Man.
Thanks for playing along tonight, nigga.
These crackers ain't playing fair, man.
They not playing fair at all.
Mayonnaise mayhem is at his all-time high,
Sit
man.
down, bro.
Burn you fuck down.
Man, fuck that.
Man,
Everybody
fuck down.
Bro. Everybody's supposed to have a TV.
Everybody's gonna have flat screen 65 inches in their laundry rooms. Everybody.
Go from washing, dry.
You only get that from riding and looting.
Shit.
You only get that from riding and looting. Have that in your laundry room.
Everything.
Nah, fuck
Alright,
that.
yo, put me in the whip, man. I don't these motherfucking crackers got me mad.
Seems like you about to get even madder.
So how you put 8 cops on lead though?
Oh, pay me.
Yeah.
Pay me. Pay me.
That's a lot of cops.
That's on the vacation.
It's like to me.
It's like a vacation.
Man,
Pay
8
the
cops.
man.
That's a lot of
Vacation.
cops.
That's definitely vacation, bro.
It's vacation.
That shit right there. That shit right there
Catch your body.
is what the fuck a nigga get.
Catch your body. You go on vacation. Nah, you said it wrong, bro. I'm a nigga.
Yeah.
Nigger.
Nigger.
Gotta have
I'm
a
sorry.
hard
Hard. I'm sorry.
So you'll dig it, right? Yeah, they ain't playing no games, man. So check this out, right? So you know how like you know what I'm saying? You feel like you should be on some like, bro, like boom, do that. You know what I'm saying? Like boom.
If that's what your crew do, right? If that's what your crew, if put it this way, if you got a crew full of deadbeats, then that's probably law. But if niggas don't roll like that, then
Big question.
Right.
if niggas don't roll like that, then
So the question was real quick. We got a special guest. You want to state your name to the people, special guest?
It's sweet.
Her name is Sweet. Join her because she's sweet. So check it, right?
we gonna need you to squawk a little bit.
Sweet. So the question was, Sweet,
Squawk
right?
a little bit.
You know, we all of us, like I say, we all from the same hood. You know, we at one point we all became fathers, and you know, we did what we had to do. You know what I'm saying? But let's say, for example, out of us four, I'm the deadbeat dad. Is it them lady's job as my brothers to check me?
Absolutely.
Okay. And why is that?
Because you are who you hated.
True story. That's deep.
So,
Okay.
so I feel like they should tell you. They should tell you.
Now, when you say tell me, they should just say, yo, you need to.
They should pull you up.
Okay.
They should pull you up. And even if you may not agree with what they're saying, at least they told you. At least they told you. So you can't look, nobody can look at them anytime.
I
Or
agree.
at them and they know that, you know, they don't agree with what you got going on.
Shit you got going on, right?
Yeah.
I I think it's a great point. That's what you said is at least they told you. Because in a lot of situations, being silent is being complicit. You know what I'm saying?
True. Facts.
So it's like,
Boom.
yeah, you know, missing my man and all that. And like, oh, your man don't take care of his kid. Like,
Your man a piece of
but that
shit.
ain't good. You know what I'm saying?
Your
So
man
to
a
your
piece
point,
of shit.
I think it was dope what you said. You are who you hang with. If your man's a piece of shit, hey man, you ain't check that nigga and say, yo, bro, what's up with you, boom, boom? Then you a piece of shit too. I can't agree more.
Shit, man. Like you know, like now if you're a piece of shit, your man a piece of shit, then y'all gonna be two pieces of shit together. You know what I'm saying? And it's more like it's a stinky ass motherfucking corner y'all got going on. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you stand for anything, and it's not just being a deadbeat dad, it's other shit too. It's just being a thorough nigga. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta, to me, in your crew, you gotta have standards, man. You got to, man. You gotta have standards. You gotta have standards. You nothing but a bunch of low down, nothing ass niggas, man.
And check this out, to what you said, right? I think it's a lot to what you said. The first thing you said. A lot of times there's behind the scenes shit that the average motherfucker might not know about, right? And to me that hits home because, you know, I had a situation with, you know, a very, very close friend of mine, brother, where, you know, there was a situation where, you know, at some point I didn't feel like they were doing what they were supposed to be doing in the father category, you know what I'm saying? But it turned out that, well, there was a reason for it. And the reason was because such and such said, this ain't your child. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't privy because, again, like you just said, there's shit that goes on behind the scenes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, once I became privy to that, then it was just simply a conversation that needed to be had.
You addressed it though.
A conversation needed to be had.
It's a standard though. It's a standard. Like we don't.
It was.
That
you know
part.
what I mean?
Yeah. Now, you know, if you in the crew and you know that, you know, not to say this was that situation, but niggas know that sometimes you got baby moms. And what you doing, then it's like, okay, I might distance myself from you. Or I might say something, but it's going to be some kind of action one way or the other. It's going to be some kind of action. Me personally, I just don't condone deadbeat niggas. I just don't. I just don't, man. Because my thing is this. And I guess maybe it's because, you know, me and my biological father didn't have the greatest relationship when I was young. And I always think about it like, okay, I remember as a kid, all of these motherfuckers around, right? You know, he came around when it was like trendy or when it was cool during a birthday and shit, you know what I mean? It was a show. But during everyday life, it just wasn't the same. So then you take those, man, and you turn into a young man and you kind of see like, okay, all right, how am I affected by these things, and how do they affect me? So what do I do now? Do I keep perpetuating the bullshit? Do I let it go?
I need to end this cycle.
You know what I'm saying? Or does it stop with me? At least
Yeah.
it's one of those kind of like not on my watch type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, fam, like you gotta do something. You know what I mean? And then from that perspective, it's like, okay, because there's levels to it. Because what if you're a nigga that's not capable? What if you're a nigga that's not capable of taking care of your kids?
Okay, well now if you fucking with me, all right, we gotta figure something out. I gotta figure out a way to maybe uplift you and shit.
You gotta become capable.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta have a conversation about it. Yeah, like
If you're not handicapped, you capable of taking care of motherfucking kids.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just saying. There is. If you got to house to feed
For so long, you could fool the kid. Motherfuckers out there, man. I personally just can't see how you can have kids out there and I fuck with them. At the end of the day, man, it's gonna fuck you in the end, man.
Kids be down the street, bro.
Bro,
You ain't seen your dad since when? That nigga, I see a nigga every day.
listen. When that kid get older, can't fool him no more. I think, to be honest with you, you can only fool the kids until they hit them teenage years, man.
Yeah, some of
You
them-
can only
some of
fool
them
the
not that long.
kids until you get something. But for the most
Some of
part,
them pick up what you put down a lot soon.
you can only fool the kids until they're a teenager. Around there, yeah, around there. When they start getting like street smart, you know, and they start realizing that, you know, as a adolescent, it don't really matter.
With all the TikToks and YouTube shit, they smart as shit.
They smart as a motherfucker. So they getting younger and younger. So for all you deadbeat motherfuckers, you think that it's your baby mom holding you from seeing the kids and all that. That kid still know you not there, man. That kid still know. Like you said, with TikToks and everything, it's the information age. It don't take nothing for a kid to pick up their motherfucking Android or their iPhone 12 and see 100 memes and shit. They know. These kids know. And when that shit come back on you, man, it's a cold dose of reality, man. When it come back on your ass, it's a cold dose of reality. I've seen this shit multiple times, a cold dose of reality, man. Motherfuckers 55 years old wondering why that motherfucking 30-year-old treating him like a motherfucking uncle or a fucking cousin. The motherfucker don't look at you like you. Why the fuck is this nigga gonna look at you like his father? And you've done.
But he still smashing.
That's a whole other issue.
So he ain't technically a kid, but he still smashing? What? Some people
He's just weird.
I mean, shit.
That individual would be weird. That's a toxic situation.
That's a toxic.
It wasn't really love there. Probably.
Nah,
There was
took the
just
thing.
all-
Come in, Squeak, come in so they can see you. Nah, just come in so they can see you. Yeah.
Okay, well, I said it was just all about the sex. There was never no love there.
That's on both ends too, though. Because if you still giving this nigga the pussy,
Yeah.
knowing you,
Kid ain't been taking care of you, was just on some sex shit too.
right?
She don't
But think about this though. Think about this. A kid don't have nothing to do with the love you have for the other person, because that's a whole sentient being that you created
Yeah, but
that didn't ask to be
a
here.
lot of niggas don't care about that shit, bro. People, men, not even just niggas, a lot of men and women don't give a fuck about that shit.
It's all like that's, I feel like they all worry about how you treat them before the child.
How about that? How about that?
I mean, it's mostly like that, and I think it's only really like that because right now, I think everybody want to be held at the top position. It's never like, you know, the guy is supposed to be the one
That's sad,
who,
too.
you know, take care of the home or
Right.
whatever like that.
Fact.
You feel what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
So
That's
it's
right.
like if once you start disrespecting or there's some conflict in between, the baby gets shut out because
That's crazy. Think about that. The most powerless individual in the equation suffers the most. That's crazy.
Though. Always though.
That's
real.
crazy. And let's think about this. Okay, so because a lot of people think that money equates to fatherhood and taking care of a kid. That's not the most important thing, man. Money does not equate to being a good father, man, or being a good mother for that matter. It's time, man. Time. Time is the most important factor, period.
Contrary to what a lot of these people have you think, to your point, these kids don't give a fuck about money. You know what I'm saying? Like you see a motherfucker, like, I buy my son go to coach this. They going, bro, they're a baby, they're not gonna fit them sneaks in the
Who gives a fuck about them sneaks, man?
You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna fit them sneaks in the month. They're not gonna fit them no more, bro.
I actually knew a brother. We all know him, but names and faces be withheld to protect the innocent.
What do you do?
Nah, it was a brother. He actually said to me, man, I would rather be locked up. I would rather be locked up than to not have any money for my kids. And I was like, I didn't say anything. I was one of the first times in my life I was speechless. Like, I just was like, nah, man, I don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? But that's how some people feel, man. But one thing I will say, I've been living on this earth, man, 46 years, man. Gonna be 47. One thing I won't say is, man,
Oh, shit ain't.
hey, man, people deal with their children how they deal with their children. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so one thing I do know is whether people do what they're comfortable with doing. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay, so, but if you, well, okay, so here's the thing. You do what you're comfortable doing, right? What if you're not comfortable in this environment because niggas got something to say about that shit?
that's fair as well. You know what I'm saying, motherfucker? I mean, I can't speak for whoever ain't comfortable in that environment. You know, that would be for them to say. But, you know, what I always say is, I say, man, I don't tell nobody how to raise their children. I don't want nobody to tell me how to raise mine.
It's not about raising. This
No,
isn't about raising.
no,
This
no,
isn't about
no,
raising.
no.
That, because hold on, because
Right.
that could derail the conversation. This isn't about how to raise your. It is about your presence
Or your non-raising of children.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, let me tell you something.
Right.
Let me tell you something. Okay, so let me tell you something. You know what me and my son like doing? And we've liked doing for years. We sit down and watch YouTube. Right? But another father might say, oh man, we like going to the racetrack, we like fucking doing this, we like going to the fucking Phillies games and spending a bunch of money and doing this, that, and the other. He spent way more money than I did. But the kids get the same experience.
Yeah.
Because the same experience that his kid is getting and being with his father is the same experience my kid's getting. So that's different methodologies on how to raise our son. But the key thing here is presence.
No, that's fair. That's
presence.
fair. No, that's fair. But what I'm saying is, as to raising your child or me checking you and all of that, you know, I'll say something to you, but I'm not going to be on your back and all that. Like, yo, you need to do this and that. I'm got
You know what I'm saying?
That
Like-
may be a little different from a check.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
To
I
me,
feel what you're
it's
saying.
not
That's
necessarily checking you.
That's fair.
But it's like you can't play that shit with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I know, dude. So you can't. I'm not one you could bring that shit to, because you know where I stand in regards to that.
Right.
Will that change you? Will
No.
that make you? Who knows? Who knows?
Right. What I'm saying is, I've lived a long enough life to have experienced people like, damn, you know what you're saying kind of makes sense.
Or you get one.
You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of makes sense as well.
Mind your business.
Right, now I ain't saying right or wrong either way, but I'm saying you ain't just pulling this out of thin air though either. You know what I'm saying? I can't say, oh man, if it did, I'm like, oh nah, man, that doesn't make sense, man. What the fuck you talking about? But at the same time, if you afford people, if you want certain types of freedoms, or if you want certain types of responsibilities bestowed upon you, you got to understand that you got to give other people the same type of respect and responsibilities as well. Like, if that's what you feel, all right, cool. They say they don't feel that.
Oh, we keep it moving.
Right. And I ain't saying either one is right or wrong. But what I am saying is, some people say, like you saying the checking part, like, well, I ain't hanging with a joker like that. I'm like, well, look, man, it's obvious what I say ain't going to mean much to you. I'm going to still say it, but I'm not going. I may not harp on it all day because I'm not. Because at a certain point, it's like I'm telling you how you to run your life and raise your. Yeah, let me speak my piece, but at the same time, it's spoken. I'm not going to keep.
This is what I hope. This is what I hope.
Running down on like, look, it's going to be what it's going to be.
This is what I hope. I will hope that, and I got a very small circle. I will hope that. Speak volumes, because with that being said, I'm to me, man.
Well,
what the fuck, like,
well, like you were saying, I mean,
do to help?
with me, I know I'm the type of person that will resonate, but I've met enough motherfucking people in my life. They too, I can't even say stuck because
But you
it's
said,
just,
but hold on. The question, the specific question was what? Your homie. Your homie, right?
Absolutely.
Because you're talking about your circle. You say you met niggas. I bet niggas that don't give a fuck about their kids.
well,
Yeah, I know a lot of niggas don't care about their kids, but they not my homies. They not my boys. Like I don't spend quality time with them. I don't invest my time in them niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
The niggas that I invest in time in, yeah, you want to hear what I got to say. That's just, you know,
Yeah.
you hear what I got to say about it.
yeah, got you. Yeah, that part was only right.
I'm not saying
That
that
part is
nigga,
totally right.
I'm not saying a friend of a friend of a friend, yo, my man, you don't spend time with your kids, you a buster. Nigga, I don't even fuck with you, fuck you. Nah, I'm talking about a nigga I spend time with on a weekly basis, you know what I'm saying? A nigga that, yeah, I'm deeply rooted, I'm anchored in with a nigga, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about just a casual nigga like, oh damn, that nigga got 12 kids, that nigga don't see none. Right. Not that nigga, I'm talking about the nigga.
I can't say I even know a motherfucker
I'm
like
talking
that.
about my
You know what
family,
I'm
my
saying?
guys. You know what I'm saying? My guys. That's what the question is posed to. Your guys. Your
All right, well,
dudes, your guys. Your
well,
crew.
even with that,
That's why the example I gave was us, nigga. Like,
but I'm saying even with that, like I said, the bond we have, I'll be like, you know what? I won't necessarily stop fucking with.
True.
You feel what I'm saying?
Unless,
Yeah, but now I'm saying, nah, let the record reflect. Like,
and here's my point.
man.
And that's why I said it's very, 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 very important to understand the discussion amongst friends. I'm not talking about associates. I'm talking about friends. Friends.
Now you're talking about a discussion amongst family.
Yeah, well,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily, family.
Even driving the point home further. So I think I've earned the average nigga walking down the street don't earn that type of cachet. They don't have that type of cachet. They don't have that type of convenience to be able to do that.
Yeah, but me not knowing you as good as I know y'all shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't necessarily lower the standard. Like you should be taking care of your kids. And I'm like, if I fuck with you one day out of the week as opposed to several years of my life, the standard is the standard. You know what I'm saying? The standard is the standard. I'm like, well, if I ain't holding that standard on everybody, I ain't holding that standard on everybody. You feel what I'm saying? Like shit.
But when you say everybody, meaning family or everybody you know what I mean? Like that's
well, if the standard is take care of your kids, whether I know you or not, how good I know you or not, that's what I'm saying.
I don't give a fuck about
if I fuck with you, I just only been knowing you 3 months.
But that's
you like, but the standard is, I'm hanging with you every motherfucking day.
Oh,
like that
nigga. With a nigga every day you
that's what I'm saying. Like
you're not doing that.
I have.
right now.
That nigga not gonna say nothing to you though. But you know what's
bad things, and it's bad people do good
You
things.
fuck with a nigga who ain't take care of his kid from another chick?
Do I? I am.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
You fuck with a nigga and you know he ain't take care of the kid.
Because you're not gonna know right off the bat. Let's say after 3 months you fucking with a homie.
Squeaky, would you fuck with a nigga
Because a nigga can lie to you.
that was not taking care of his kids?
Like he said, I wouldn't know off the bat. So I will be fucking with the nigga, and then when I find out, then if I say something about it, and he already handling the way he handling it, who am I to fucking interfere? That ain't my shit, that's their shit. I got my own shit going on. Right. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So I'm not very, like, what I'm saying is, I don't know if I would. Now, I don't know. It depends. Like, I don't know. It depends because I had a nigga that probably fuck with me and my kids more than he fuck with his motherfucking kids. So, like,
that part, just be good to me. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I know it's real.
It's certain situations that happen with that situation to where he probably don't or can't. You know, like, because maybe that bitch might be too fucking mad.
I don't know. I wouldn't call her.
To let him do what he needs to do. Like, you know, like.
That's fair. That's fair.
She might be so mad, like, you messing with her, you can't see your child. So if my son not going over there.
Use that as no excuse.
Like, no, you ain't.
I mean, at the end of the day,
You a stalker.
You know something doing
when I come pick my kids up, you can't tell me where to take them and what to do. Now, if I'm solely dependent on you to drop my kids off, then yeah, that's your fucked up ass fault for being a dad that can't go get your goddamn kids. If you're solely dependent on her to bring them to you Yeah, she gonna say that. But if I walk around the corner and come get my kids, you can't tell me what to do with them in the time that I got them.
Big bitch.
Come take
No, I'm good with that.
But you can come take the child.
How you gonna come tell her?
I'm just saying because this shit is.
Now, Now, okay. So if I got him, right? Okay, so if I got him, what's gonna prompt you to take him back if I'm doing dumb shit like posting shit on social media with the kids and my new girl? Don't do that because it's a problem, dickhead. It's that simple. Don't do that. You know it's a problem. What's more important? Posting your new broad and the kids or spending time with your kids?
But you saying you can't live your own life.
I'm not. Don't tell me what to do with my family. I ain't telling you what to do with your family. I ain't telling you what to do with your family. Don't tell me what to do with my family. I try to keep it that fair. I try to keep it that fair. I can't. I don't even get around my daughter like that. Can I post it? This is one of one. This is one of one. You'll never see this. This is one of one.
But that's like, motherfucker tell you don't wear red.
Me taking my kid
Is
out.
more important.
Right, doing anything is important. Doing anything is important.
You're right, but I'm only gonna speak for this because I've been one of the women in the situation where I've dealt with the guy where his baby mom would be like that.
Okay.
Like you know what I'm saying?
Right.
To where it would bother me sometimes because it'd be like, oh, let me drop the bus around the corner so I can go get my son.
In the interest of what?
Like,
In the interest
I'll
of
be
what?
like, all right, nigga, it's hot as shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to sit
What you gonna do what you gotta do to see your kids,
I
though,
mean,
right?
I understand that. I get that, but at the same time, when can you stand your ground to feel like you can do whatever?
When I got enough time in. When I got
When
enough
you
time
can do
in.
whatever you want with your. Well, how
When
much
I-
is enough time when your son
When I,
is on
that's
school?
that's
How much
dependent.
is enough time when you?
That's dependent on the situation because if I'm let's say y'all just separate, right? Right off the bat, if you know she got a problem with the kids being around this broad, if I have them around the broad, you just won't know it until it gets to the point where, man, I got my kids enough. I can do what the fuck I want to do
What
with
if
them.
she stalks you?
Well, if she don't do
That
all
part
happens.
shouldn't matter. That part, you like, yo, you with your dad, go ahead.
Well, we're not talking
Or
about
you
perfect world.
with your other parent,
We're not
go
talking
ahead.
about perfect world. We're just talking about the whole thesis of the whole statement was deadbeat dads and not being a deadbeat dad.
Mm-hmm.
And that means seeing your kids by any means necessary and have in being fathers, man. You have rights, but you also have responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
And if the going to, in some cases, it's going to be a legitimate issue, or she's going to manufacture an issue because she's still got feelings for you. What do you do as a father for them kids? Do you let that get in the way because you feel like, oh, I gotta live my life? That's minor because that's getting in the way of seeing your kids.
Well. I try to be a grown up in these type of things. I'm like, all right, well, if we're playing grown up games, let's play grown up games. You feel what I'm saying? Like a picture of me and my daughter or son or whoever, you know, out when we on our visit or whatever, that shouldn't even set off an adult.
So you talking
But that's
in a
not
perfect world, bro.
I'm talking about in the real world. Like it shouldn't, but it does. But what I'm saying is, you saying, you know, the time I'm spending time. Me documenting the time shouldn't necessarily. Oh, see, you down Sesame Place. You do this at Sesame Place any fucking way. But since we documented, why is it a fucking problem? It shouldn't be a problem. It's only a problem with you, and it shouldn't be. If we're dealing with this like adults, or because we doing adult shit now.
Homeboy shouldn't have got shot 60 times, but he did. He
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
He
But what,
He did and he did.
It wouldn't be parental issues if everything went perfectly.
it shouldn't bother you. It shouldn't bother you. And I'm a person. I'm like,
that discussion sounds like the topic should be why does it bother you when your ex got your kids and post them with a new broad? That's the topic. That's that topic. That's not this topic.
okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I was.
That's
off
not
course.
this topic.
Maybe I was off course. Where are we going at? Where was we at?
This topic is you already know, you know it's an issue. What do you do? Do you just be ego driven and say fuck that? I'm not gonna go with the kids because I should be able to do it this way. Or what do? Do you suck up to the kids?
That's to each and every. A lot of things. I'm like, God damn, that's fair. I can't say that's right or wrong, but that's fair.
I'm going to say, I'm not going to take disrespect just to see my kids.
I can take that.
I'm not going to take
Okay.
I can dig that.
Okay.
just to see
dig
my
that.
kids.
Okay.
Because
That's fair. That's fair.
100%.
That's fair.
So it's
That's
not
fair.
going to do anything to see, you know what I mean? I wouldn't bow down. I'm not. You're not gonna disrespect me. There's some shit I would.
What's describe the disrespect?
Not just disrespect.
Just give me an example of disrespect.
Name calling.
Yeah.
Name
You
calling.
start getting called names before that.
But you're not gonna call me.
I feel
Yeah,
like
you're not gonna no punk bitch or like the boys like to say nowadays suck my dick. You're not gonna say that. You're not gonna say that.
I'm a clown before we get
You're not gonna. You're not gonna try to hit me with a car. You're not gonna try to hit me with a car.
As a parent, and I'm taking care of my motherfucking kids, and you feel like, and you're not even there, you think you're gonna disrespect me and think I'm gonna give you my baby? No, fuck you. You wanna show me some respect? I'm doing everything over here. You ain't nobody. You ain't locked up. You ain't dead, nigga. You can walk your ass. You can do whatever the fuck you can do to come to your top, but you choose not to. So you can't sit up here and make it seem like I don't know, like you could just say whatever, and I'm supposed to just do that. If you don't like how that's handling, then take me the fuck to court, nigga. Do that. Do that.
I feel that. And, you know, and
mean,
I can relate to like I've seen examples. I've seen people in a situation where it's like you can't take that my kid over this bitch out.